Hi guys, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing the BookTube birthday tag. So, December 11th is actually my BookTube birthday. That is the day that I posted my first video on BookTube. And while I know this is actually going up a little bit later than that, this is going to be my first video for the 12 Days of Bookmas. So I will be posting a video every day from now through the next, I guess, 11 days after today. And I don't know, I felt this was the perfect video to start with, especially since, careful baby, Presley's down here, especially since I have been on BookTube for a while now, and I've actually never done this tag, but I'm very excited to do it because, like I said, it's my BookTube birthday. This tag was created by Average Joe Reads. I will leave the link to the original video and the creator down below. And it looks like we have about 9 questions here, so let's jump on in. The first question is, how many years on BookTube are you celebrating? I am actually celebrating 3 years on BookTube. I posted my first video, like I said, on December 11th of 2017. I know, it feels like I've been on here for forever. You guys were able to see my entire pregnancy with Presley and now Presley. He is in a lot of videos nowadays, and I'm very, very excited that we've stuck with it this long. Question 2, what has kept you motivated to continue making videos? Obviously, I feel like this has to be because of my love of books. I have been reading since before I can actually remember, and I love books. I love fictional worlds. I love, you know, video games and movies and all that kind of stuff as well. But the reason I gravitated towards BookTube was because of my love of books, and I love being able to share them with everybody that watches these videos. So in that same vein, I think also just the lovely comments that I get sometimes of people saying they want to pick up a book because of me, or they did pick up a book because of me, that just like warms my heart completely. I love having even that small influence on like what you want to read. It still blows my mind sometimes that you guys take my opinion into consideration, and I love you all. Question 3, what are 3 of your favorite videos that you've made in the past year and why? So I'm cheating a little bit on this, but my first one that I have to pick is going to be my Umbrella Academy book tag that I created earlier this year in honor of season 2 coming out. It was my first and only, so far, original tag video. I worked very, very hard on the questions. I merged parts of the show and the comics together because I have read and watched all of it, and yes, it was just something that I worked really hard on. I loved seeing people actually complete it. So the fact that I put effort into trying to make something that I felt very, very proud of was a great, great video, and I absolutely love that one. This is where we're cheating a little bit. I'm also going to say my entire Shadowhunter September. I vlogged everything for that, so I actually have 4 vlogs for Shadowhunter September, but I did end up reading the entire Shadowhunter series, which includes 18 books. That also includes the short story collections in that 18, but I read all 18 books in the month of September this year, which means I did read over 10,000 pages. That is the most amount of pages I have ever read in a month, minus a couple months in like 2013 where I read like exclusively manga and read a ton, but like that's the most I've ever read. I really, really enjoyed those. I thought the vlogs were pretty good, especially because I was reviewing a lot of books in them and reading a lot of books in them, but I was very, very proud of myself for those. And then finally, I'm going to say Presley turning 1. I actually have 2 videos for that. One is like a compilation of pictures and videos from his birth until his first birthday, and then the other one is actually a small vlog from his birthday celebration. We didn't really get to celebrate too much because of COVID, but we did do like his first cake. He got to paint his first painting. He did a Duajo, which is a Chinese traditional celebration for their first birthday. So again, I'm just really, really happy that I was able to share those things with you guys. And I mean, look at this kiddo. Presley, look at the camera. Yes, the camera. But I mean, how could you not want to see more of this kid, right? I love him. I will include the links to all of those videos down below for you guys in case you have not seen them yet, or if you want to relive them, because I know I will be reliving them soon, because I really love those ones. Number 4, what have you struggled with on BookTube in the past year and how did you overcome that struggle? So for me personally, I really do have to say it's comparing myself to others, specifically comparing subscriber numbers. So as I'm saying in this video, I have officially been on BookTube for 3 years. And I know 2020 has been crazy. I have been loving the fact that a lot of new people have been starting BookTube channels, and some of them I even consider friends who have started this year. But I have also seen a lot of people start around when quarantine and social distancing stuff started, and they've already hit 1K for subscribers. And while I'm very, very close now, I have been a very slow channel to start. And so the fact that that has been more prominent, I feel like this year, at least for me, noticing it this year, has been a little bit discouraging. And to get over that, I just have to just try to stop comparing myself. That is hard sometimes, because I really do want to celebrate other people's achievements, and I'm very, very happy for everybody that does hit that 1K, but my numbers, at least in the last couple months, have slowed down a lot. I'm still getting views and I'm still getting watch hours. So like, I know the people that want to watch me, and I am so thankful for each and every one of you. But the actual subscriber numbers can get to me a little bit. But I think one thing that has helped me is the fact that a lot of these people that seem to have shot up in subscriber numbers, I do consider quite a few of them friends, and I love how many friends I've been able to make this year. This is the first year that I've actually felt like I connected person to person with other booktubers. I started, like I said, in December of 2017, but I never really connected to anybody. I was never one of those people that found other small booktubers, and I think it's because I was not on BookTwitter, but I never really found those other small booktubers that I was able to connect with. I was just trying to talk about books and make videos that I wanted to do, and I still do that. This is definitely a hobby for me that I absolutely love, but the fact that I've been able to connect and make actual friendships, it's made it so much better. Number 5, choose one moment from the past year on BookTube that you would love to relive. I really had a tough time coming up with anything for this question, because I almost want to say that I want to re-find those friendships that I was just talking about, but I actually wouldn't want to not have those friendships anymore and then have to relive going through that. However, I really did love the feeling of being able to connect to people and enjoy them and talk about books with them. So this is sort of a cop-out, I guess, but that's what I'm gonna say. I would like to relive finding those friendships again, but I don't actually want to relive having to go through that again. I'm just so happy with where I am now. Number 6, shout out a huge supporter of your channel. This is going to sound, again, probably like a little bit of a cop-out, but I'm gonna have to shout out my husband, Leon. He has been there, obviously, since the very beginning. He has watched every single one of my videos on 1x speed all the way through, even through the end screens. He's watched some videos multiple times, but at least once every single time. He also is very, very good about making sure that we make time for me, in the fact that now that we have Presley, I can't very easily just decide, oh, I'm gonna film right now and all that kind of stuff. So even though he is currently working from home because of COVID, he makes sure that he takes over sometimes so that I can have time to film, time to edit, time to CC, and so that support has been amazing. I do not think I would be able to do this without him. Question number 7, what's the best book that you've read in the past year? So I'm gonna go with one that I've definitely talked about before, mostly because next month in January, so in less than 4 weeks now, I am gonna be posting a video that is my top 10 books of 2020, so I don't want to give too much away. So this is one that I think we can guarantee is gonna be in my top 10, and I've talked about it before, and I do think lots of people need to read it, and that is going to be The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. This I read as an e-ARC, absolutely loved it. I actually own 2 copies of this now, this nice US edition and the Illumicrate edition. I love this book so much. I love the writing style and how poetic it is, and the fact that it's an adult sci-fi standalone, which, you know, is very rare, and it deals with multiverses. This follows our main character of Kara, who is able to travel the multiverses because she is dead in almost all of them. You can only travel to other multiverses if you are dead in that other multiverse, and there are so many things that this talks about. It talks about classism and racism and all that kind of stuff. Our main character is black and bi. We have other LGBTQ characters. We have NB characters. There are some trigger warnings in here. We have some body horror at one part. I do believe there was talk about rape. I don't remember all the different little pieces of it because it has been a while and I read it as an e-arc. I definitely need to reread this, but this is one of my top 10 books of the year. I will definitely have other ones as well, but I've talked about this so much that I feel like this is a given. Question number 8, where do you see your channel in a year's time and what do you hope to have achieved? So truthfully, I want to be monetized. I know that is not the be-all end-all, especially because I'm actually doing this more as a hobby. I just love books that much. However, I am a stay-at-home mom, as you can see here, and I would love to be able to bring in a little bit of money because I would love to help out with small expenses so my husband is not having to pay for everything, even though we agreed forever ago that I would be staying home with him because the job I had before Presley came along is basically the same amount of money as childcare. And obviously with COVID, we are very, very lucky that I have been able to stay home with Presley. We don't have to take him to a daycare. We are so very lucky in that fact. And that is a goal. I mean, I don't feel like a lot of people always talk about the monetization, and yes, being on BookTube, you don't get all that much money, but even a little bit would help. But besides that, I have a new series that I am planning on rolling out next year that I'm just so very excited about. I can't tell you too much about it except for the fact that they are going to be like vlog style videos, and I've actually been planning to do this series for the last like 3 months or so, but I do need to actually wait until next year to do it. But I'm just so very excited for them, and I hope you guys will love it as much as I already do love it. But that's another thing. That series that is going to be coming out, I can't really tell you guys more about it yet, but I'm very, very excited. And then question 9 is to tag someone whose anniversary is coming up. I really don't know when anybody's anniversaries are, so if you do have an anniversary coming up, maybe at the beginning of 2021, definitely consider doing this tag because I would love to see people talk about their last year on BookTube, or I guess their first year on BookTube if you have a 1-year anniversary coming up. But yeah, I don't actually remember when other people have started. That is it for me for this one. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I actually have a video coming up tomorrow for the 12 Days of Bookmas, so I will see you then. Bye!